Thank you so much for your time, sir. You know, they say time is money, and I appreciate you giving us this opportunity to interview you on this very day.
Thank you.
Yes, very much. I want us to get running already. Can we officially meet you?
By God's grace, I'm Madueke Chukwumuanya Enwere. I'm a lawyer by training. I work with the Nigeria Police. I'm a chief superintendent of police. And by God's additional grace, the founder, ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com, the only real estate fraud prevention platform.
Talking about ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com, you know, as an organization that focuses on how to detect and prevent real estate fraud, does it have anything to do with your background as a police officer?
It's a coincidence.
Oh, really?
In the sense that people's experiences, what they go through in life, one way or the other, shape them for responsibilities ahead, which they might even not know about. In the present circumstance, I wasn't interested in the Nigeria Police because I was looking forward to ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com. Is actually a recent development, whereas I've been in the Nigeria Police for about 2 decades now, and ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com is less than, we started operation like less than 12 months ago. So it's actually a coincidence. And my background as a police officer, and of course a lawyer as well, has just helped me with a lot of insights to know what to do immediately the vision came.
I would want to know, what is the vision of ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com?
The vision of ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com is in our motto, the only real estate fraud prevention platform. So translating it into a vision is that we want to see a society that is real estate fraud free. We want to see a society where people can invest in real estate without fear of investing in the wrong property, without fear of ending up in a lawsuit, without fear of losing your investment.
I would want to know, do you really believe in this vision?
If I didn't believe in the vision, the energy, the resources we are investing in it, we wouldn't even start in the first place. It's a vision I can stake my life on.
We've talked about the vision of this platform. How did you come about the vision? Like you woke up one morning and you felt like, okay, there is fraud in real estate sector, so I need to fill in that vacuum. How did you come about the vision, setting up the platform, getting the show started already?
This particular question is a question that I've always tried reserving for the best moment to answer. But at this point in time, I can't continue to avoid it. I must confess that the concept of ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com is not original to me. Did I think about it? No. My experience in real estate sector, investing over the years, and I have been burnt severally through wrong investment in the real estate sector. Whether it informed the idea, the answer is no. Whether my background as a police officer in crime prevention or as a lawyer informed the concept, the business idea, the answer is no. I didn't conceive it. If there is anything I was thinking about doing with my life, it's not broadcasting and bringing to the notice of people details of properties that they shouldn't buy into. It was actually divine. It was divine. And it's not everybody that will believe it when I talk about it. The one coincidence again is that this interview, I'm granting it to you in the month of May, and the vision also came in the month of May.
Awesome.
Some 2 years back, I was in one morning devotion. Let me not delve into what transpired before the morning devotion. And as I was in that devotion, I heard from God clearly. ENCUMBERedPropertiesRadio.com, ENCUMBERedProperties.com and ENCUMBERedProperties.com. I was studying the scripture I had faced from prayer and worship. I was studying the scripture. That was around 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And it sounded, of course, that wasn't the first time I was hearing from God. As I heard it, I dropped my Bible. What are you saying, Lord? He told me, this is the problem in real estate sector. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. As he was talking, I was writing. As he was talking, I was writing. As he was talking, I was writing. Awesome. And it took average of about 10 to 15 minutes. So the vision was very, very clear to me. And like 2 days after, I was sharing it with my wife. And the question my wife asked me was, are you sure ENCUMBERedProperties.com is actually available? You know, before you pick up any name, you know, it has to be a domain name that has not been taken or being in use by any business outfit. So I told her that if this name is not available, then this is not from God. So she quickly logged in. In less than few seconds, she said, the name is available. I said, oh yeah, secure the name. She secured the name. The following day, I called a lawyer who is into private practice, Barrister Promise. Okay, go ahead and register ENCUMBERED Properties Limited as a company so that we can be able to be a legal entity to own what we are doing. So Promise Bennett, he practices in Aba. So he told me, can you give me a second name, an alternate name, in case this name is not available at CSC portal? I said, please go ahead, the name is available. I was just exercising the confidence for the fact that it's not me, it is God. Right. And God can't give me what's not available.
You're right.
So in less than 14 minutes later, he screenshots the search result from CSC portal that the name is available. I was like, I told you.
Awesome, God.
So I released the fund to him. He registered it. So how do we customize the website as instructed by God? So it was a Herculean task. We contacted a lot of developers, and a lot of them couldn't. Some, you know, ate our money free of charge. And I was about contacting someone in UK for a lot of money. And when my wife suggested someone, one young undergraduate somewhere in Edo, and the guy was able to customize the website and give us exactly what we want, although there are still some touches that are needed here and there to make the website more user-friendly. But at least we have a framework of what we want. You know, perfection is a process.
Right.
Is a process. So the vision is not mine. And when you see me pursuing the vision with all the resources God has given to me, available to me with every energy, is because it's divine. And I know that God cannot give you what will take you back.
God starts to finish.
God
starts to finish. Now, looking at the explanation, you know, being a police officer and the coming of ENCUMBERED Properties as a platform, do you think the platform is of any benefit to the Nigeria Police Force?
ENCUMBERedProperties.com, if you appreciate what we are doing, we are into fraud prevention.
Okay.
In the real estate sector. We are the whistleblowers. We call out the unethical practices that are going on in the real estate sector. We bring to the members of the public information about disputed properties, ENCUMBERED properties, and properties that are for any reason shouldn't be available for sale, thereby helping the members of the public to stay away from this class of properties. And when we do this, we are actually in the process of fraud prevention, because these innocent buyers we are bringing this information to, we save them from losing their money. And the real owners of these properties, we also save them from what? not having their properties sold off behind their knowledge, behind the scene, without them getting to know. So what we are practically into is fraud prevention. And what is fraud? Fraud is a crime. And what is the basic duty of a police officer? The basic duty of a police officer is also crime prevention. And the best way to police a society is by being proactive, is by being preventive. Before the crime ever happens, before the crime ever takes place, you take steps to prevent it. So by bringing this information, dishing out this information to the members of the public, you find out that we are preventing a lot of people from falling victim. And when we do this, it reduces the number of people who are losing their money. It reduces the number of complaints that would have gone to the Nigeria police. Right. It reduces the resources they would have spent, financial resources, manpower resources that would have gone into investigating all this real estate fraud. So the platform is crime preventive in nature, and it is of immense benefit to the Nigeria police and to the federal government that would have budgeted a lot of resources for combating of real estate crime.
That sounds interesting. I understand that companies' logos are not something they choose carelessly. Now, looking at the logo of ENCUMBEREDProperties.com, there is something unique about the logo. It's an uncommon logo, if I may say. If you don't mind, would you explain to us the parts of this logo and what they mean to your brand? Because I understand logos represent the interest of the company.
From the background of ENCUMBEREDProperties.com, we are very careful about what we associate ourselves with, being an uncommon idea.
Right.
So everything about ENCUMBERED Properties has also become very uncommon. One of them is our logo. Our logo, at the background of the logo, is the map of the arts. And the map of the arts, what it means to us is that ENCUMBEREDProperties.com is everywhere you find art.
It's a global name.
So we are present in every part of the world.
Okay.
That's why when you log into the website and you want to search for a property, for instance, that is in Joburg, South Africa, when you log in, you choose the country, you choose the state. For instance, you are searching for a property in Nigeria. You choose Nigeria, you choose the state. If it is, for instance, FCT Abuja, you choose the district. That's how you go down. And every other country on this planet Earth is represented on the website. Then what is the color of the map of the earth? It's gold. And what does gold represent? Gold represents wealth. Gold represents treasure. The earth is full of treasure. And one of the commonest sources of crisis on earth today is control of wealth, treasure, particularly land. That's why ENCUMBEREDProperties.com is particularly interested in people's proprietary rights, in protecting their rights. So the earth is a treasure, and we are protecting that treasure for the real and genuine owners. Now, at the center of this earth, you find a building, and the building itself is under lock and key.
Which means?
Meaning that, okay, any building you find, any location you find enlisted on ENCUMBEREDProperties.com is a building that is under lock. In other words, being under lock, no access.
Not available for sale.
Not available for sale. That's what it means. And that lock is also branded in our logo in red. And what does red signify?
Danger. Which means this property is a danger zone for you.
No go area. Don't go there. And the last, but not the least feature of our logo is the search icon. So that's where you come to search. That's where you come to enlist. That's the simple meaning of our logo.
Well explained. Where do you see Encumbered Properties in the next 5 years? If you so much believe in the vision, where do you see this platform in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see the presence of Encumbered Properties in countries beyond the shores of this Nigeria. In the next 5 years, I see us opening up our offices across the nations of the earth. In the next 5 years, I see Encumbered Properties Radio and Television being aired across all the networks.
Massive. Since ENCUMBEREDProperties.com is into real estate fraud prevention, how does that align with your duties as a police officer?
As a police officer, the duties I'm supposed to perform are clearly defined by Police Act and Regulation, particularly Section 4 of Police Act and Regulation mandates every police officer to be responsible for protection of lives and properties, prevention of crime. You will see all that listed there. And what ENCUMBERedProperties.com is doing is actually into prevention of crime, real estate crime particularly. So we are actually helping to execute the mandate of the Nigeria Police on this platform.
Oh, very well. One of the videos we dropped on the YouTube channel a few days ago, had some questions from some people. One of the questions is, can I enlist a jointly owned property on the platform?
Of course, you can. One of the reasons why people come to ENCUMBERedProperties.com to enlist a jointly owned property is because they might be concerned that their partner or the joint owner of such a property could interfere with or compromise his own right over the property. Let's say Mr. A and Mr. B jointly own a property, and Mr. A is concerned that Mr. B can do anything behind the scene regarding the property, thereby jeopardizing the interests of Mr. A. And what will Mr. A do in order to protect his interests is to enlist such a property at ENCUMBERedProperties.com, indicating that this property is jointly owned by Mr. A and Mr. B. What that means is that anybody seeing the property at ENCUMBERedProperties.com will not be able to pay without consulting Mr. A.
Can that be exclusively done by Mr. A without the consent of Mr. B? Since it's a joint.
Of course.
Okay. I also would want to know, how much am I to pay to have my properties enlisted? How much does it cost to enlist a property on the platform?
I've said it on this show that most good things on this earth are free of charge, most of them. And one of those good things is ENCUMBERedProperties.com. A lot of people wonder when I tell them that the services we render here is free of charge. We protect people's interest in the property sector free of charge. You don't have to pay a dime to anybody to enlist your property. You don't have to pay a dime to have the information adjusted for you to update what is happening in the property at any point in time. You don't have to pay for anything. And for anybody coming to search to know the status of any property, you don't also have to pay anything. All you have to do is you have your phone, you have your data, and you just log in, sign up, and you have access to all the services we render. How
do you sustain your services if you don't take money from people? Do you accept donations, financial support from well-meaning citizens?
Well, so far so good. God has been the source of the sustenance, and if anybody feels that what we are doing wants his support, why not? We will accept such a support, but a day will never come when we won't be able to render our services to you because we are lacking funds. We won't get to such a day.
That sounds divine. Now, I want to ask you this last question. Somebody watching us from the US from Canada might want to have their properties enlisted on the platform, but because they are out of the country, they feel it's only for those who are domiciled in Nigeria. So can I enlist my property irrespective of the location of the property?
I already said it. When you get to the website, you start by choosing the country where you are located or where the property you are about enlisting is located. So irrespective of where you are not bound by locality. That we are operating from Nigeria doesn't mean we are limited to Abuja. What that means is that you can operate from anywhere. Just log in and access it. When I talked about opening offices in every other country of the world, I am not talking about accessing our services. I'm talking about having our staff present. And of course, you can contact us from anywhere. We can help you from Abuja here. All you need to do is to email us or WhatsApp us or call any of the contacts displayed on our website or through any of our social media handles, and we respond to you.
So the platform is not just for Nigerians, it's for everybody.
The platform is a global platform.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Madueke Enwere. Thank you so much for your time.
It's
I appreciate
my pleasure,
you.
Rex.
God
Thank
bless you.
And you
yes. Too. Yeah, my dear friend, is indeed an exclusive interview with Mr. Madueke Enwere, the founder in ENCUMBERED a very senior police officer and, of course, a property lawyer. You heard him share his vision with us, and we've learned a lot from this interview. This is a platform I would want you to make use of anytime, any day. Visit ENCUMBEREDProperties.com to get real-time information on whatever is going on in the real estate sector. Follow us on our social media handles. Facebook at ENCUMBERED Properties Limited. Instagram at ENCUMBERED Properties Limited. YouTube, ENCUMBERED Properties.